Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Free Abundance. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another book review. I have previously done an overview for some linguistic tools that I will be using to learn the Mende language. So for one of my videos, I did share the first Mende language manual that I put into my binder here. So I'm going to go back to the first one that I have here. And this one was put together by the Peace Corps. So this is the first Mende language manual that I have here. And as I had stated before, it is very much a long language manual. So it goes over a lot of different pieces with the Mende language. So I was able to find two other language books for Mende as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and share those here. So I haven't hole punched them or added them into this binder yet. I will be getting a larger one since it's starting to get pretty full. However, this is the next Mende language book that I have here. This one is called the Preliminary Version to a Beginning Course in Mende. This one is by William L. Coleman and Samuel Joe Levy. And this one was made in the 1970s, so this is very much an older tool here, which is really nice to have original text forms to learn from. And this one has a lot of pages as well. Some of them don't go by page number, it'll go by lesson. So this one here will go all the way up to lesson 24.7. So there will be 24 lessons in this one. And what I ended up doing was, because it was so much for me to print, I had to do it in two pieces. So I have the second half here that was printed double-sided in a more of a workbook form. And this is from lesson 19 on to the end. But then I did the beginning portion of it and it all printed in this direction. So I do have them in two different directions. And I did staple this one together. So I'll just have to remove the staples and when I get, to another printer, I'll have to reprint it. So you'll see that here, there are two different directions. So in the beginning of this course book, it will have a lot of conversation points. So you'll learn how to say a lot of different sentences. It'll talk about the usual phrases. So I'm going to go ahead and share that part. So this is useful phrases here, and it looks like we're going to have a lot of phrases here. So it's going to go from 1 all the way up to, let's see, 1 up to 101. So we've got 4 pages here for useful phrases. And I'm going to do my best. As I stated before, I am in the beginning stages of learning the Mende language. So I'm really excited to learn some useful phrases, to kind of pick up on, and to start learning how to use in sentences. So I'm just going to go through and look and see on the side where it has the English. We'll have the English on this side here. And then it will have the Mende written out on this side. So if we go to number 6 here, in English, this one's going to say I'm sleepy. And in Mende, it looks like here, Injime lo niyama, I'm sleepy. Let's see, we have a question here, like, what does he have if you're talking about a male? This is number 14. What does he have? Boniyeya. Number 14 here. Not too sure exactly how the words are pronounced, but I do like that there are English phrases and you can start to learn how these words are pronounced in the Mende language. So those are the useful phrases. Then we have lesson 1 here, and it will give you English words. So I'm definitely looking into trying to find some language learning tools here on YouTube. So if there are any Mende speakers who have YouTube content here teaching non-native Sierra Leoneans the Mende language, how to pronounce words, I would definitely love to learn how to pronounce these words, how they're pronounced. So that would definitely be helpful. So there are lots of different things to learn here. So I'm definitely excited to use all of these tools. We have conversations here. So this is like a conversation going back and forth. So some pages will have only the Mende language and it won't have English. So if you get to the point where you already understand what you're saying in Mende, you have the conversation in Mende here. Then it shows you the consonants, the mutation of different letters and what they become starting from English. You'll see like a lot of the letters will have like a line over it, under it, why it looks that way. So it's a very different writing system. So I'm definitely excited for this one. It will tell you affirmative words, negative words, more conversations. There's a lot of dialogue here as well. So lots of really good stuff. You have some sentence structure, so you'll see here this is a verbal intransitive sentence. So you'll see the subject, you'll see the verb and the adverb. Because as we all know, with any language that you learn, you want to be speaking it properly. So you have to learn verbs and adverbs and how to speak in a relevant topic of whatever is being spoken of so that you'll be understood. So there's a lot here. That's the first half, and then in the second half where it is in a different direction, I'll just go through some of the things that are here. So you'll see more dialogue. So for like possessive nouns, you'll see a lot of those things reflected here. You'll see compounds. There's a lot of really good information here to learn the language in the most accurate manner. So I'm definitely excited to get this one all put together, making sure everything's in the right direction so that I can have it recorded properly. So this one was completed at the Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. So that's the first one that I have here. Then the next one I have here is printed out in a workbook form as well. So you'll see like it's double-sided. So this one says here the Mende language. And this one is an archived, digitized format. So this is from 2007. So a lot of these are very much older. So you'll see here what that looks like, the Mende language. So this one contains useful phrases, elementary grammar, short vocabularies, and reading materials. So I'm really interested and excited about the reading materials. When I was briefly going through it, there are songs and stories and things like that. So I'm really excited to kind of share some of those little short stories and things like that. So you'll see here. There's an introduction. And like I said, there are some songs and stories. For example, this one here is a song. So it'll show you what the song is in the Mende language and then what you're saying in English and what it means. There's some stories here. There's also the table of contents. So some of what you'll see here are one-word phrases, three-word phrases. You'll see grammar, adjectives. So for the stories, I'm gonna try to find a short story. There was one here that I seen that was really interesting. Let me see if I can find that one. So I believe it was on the first couple of pages. Oh, okay. So this one was actually a song, but it was really meaningful and deep song lyric. So on this first sentence here, I'm just going to read through this one. So it says here, this song, the word Naya or Nayaha is the name here. And what it says here is kunya, a word used when pulling up something by the roots that breaks the ground. So it's kind of just talking about a song here. So I'm just going to try to read the English here. So it says here, there is a deserted place there. Show me that deserted place. Give me a chance or place to pick my crincray at the waterside. The woman cannot climb up a tree. Oh, pumpkin neck, pumpkin neck. Oh, big pumpkin. Beat me, drummer, beat me. I am going into the bush. So what it's saying here is the word neck may be rendered as a vine or a runner. And then it just tells you what the different words mean and what context they're being used in. I just thought it was really interesting how words are used in songs. So that's one example. I'm sure it makes more sense in the native tongue. However, in English, sometimes things sound really confusing when you get into English. There's also some stories here. So you'll see a lot of stories. So I'm definitely excited to move through this one. I'm trying to acquire as many sources of information here that I can. So this is a story here also. This was a really good one. This one is called The Okra Tree. And I'm going to read through this one. I think this one's more understandable in English. So this one's called The Okra Tree. There was once a woman. She bore a child. Her child was very beautiful. Her child was a girl. She said, "Nobody shall marry her." And she planted the okra tree. And the okra tree grew big. And the okra fruit came also. Nobody could eat the okra. The okra was behind the woman's house. There was a snail in the okra tree. The woman said, "I have borne the child. Nobody shall marry you, except he cut down this, my okra tree." And one man came. He was a stranger. He said, "Give me your child." He said, "I will cut down this okra tree of yours." And she gave him an axe. So I guess this is kind of like a love story. If the man is good enough, to marry her daughter, then he must, stand the test of time by cutting down the tree. That's my understanding of the story here, just kind of looking at the English words. But I just think it's interesting, with different cultures and important deep meanings for those stories. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. You do have some grammar here as well, so it'll explain the grammar. And this one's not very long. They also don't have the same kind of numbering system for each page, so I'm not sure exactly the total amount of pages here because one page says 228 and then another page says 48. So I'm not sure exactly what order it's going in. However, this is what it looks like. So if you're interested in knowing where I was able to find these, I will definitely leave links in the description. I'm definitely someone who is an advocate for African languages, being able to preserve these languages, and share those resources with anyone who is seeking. So I will definitely provide those below. And as I stated before, the more that I delve into this Mende language, the more resources you will start to see me sharing and learning about. So that's it for this video. Please give it 2 thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more DIYs, recipes, and reviews. Thanks so much for watching.